Okay, let's dive right in. Your first year of college, it's a total game changer, right? It's so exciting, so freeing, but let's be real, it can also be this massive distraction from what you really want to achieve. So the big question is, how do you keep your eye on the prize?
Yeah, this is the question, isn't it? You land on campus and bam, you're hit with this whirlwind of people and classes and events. It feels incredible, for sure, but it's also the exact place where the path to your future can get, well, pretty blurry.
And you know what? That is completely 100% normal. You're trying to balance new friends with classes that are way harder, all while having this level of freedom you've probably never experienced before. It's just so easy to let that big picture stuff slide when there's so much happening right now.
So, first things first, let's just acknowledge the challenge. This isn't about telling you to skip all the fun or lock yourself in the library. Not at all. It's about understanding the terrain you're on so you can actually navigate it like a pro.
And this is the secret sauce. The people who really succeed don't run from the chaos. They learn to move right through it, but with intention. They have a compass. And today, we're going to build that compass for you.
So, how do we do it? How do we build this compass? Well, it all starts with a super solid foundation. We're going to cover two simple but incredibly powerful steps that are the bedrock for everything else you're going to do.
You know, it really just boils down to this. First, know exactly where you're trying to go. Second, draw the map that gets you there. It sounds almost too obvious, but you'd be shocked how many people skip this part. And trust me, it makes all the difference in the world.
The real magic here is in getting crystal clear. Don't just think, oh, I want to do well. No, get specific, like I want an A in this class, or I'm aiming for that summer internship after my sophomore year. But the most important part, you have to write it down. The second you put pen to paper, that vague wish becomes a real concrete target.
Okay, so you've got your foundation. Now what? Well, a great plan doesn't mean much if it's just sitting in a notebook, right? This is all about the daily grind, the little habits that actually turn those big goals into your reality. Look, every single day is just a series of choices. You have to get good at prioritizing your time. And that means being realistic. And, this is the tough one, getting comfortable with saying no. Just remember this, every single time you say yes to a distraction, you're kind of saying no to your own goal.
Now here's the good news. You are not in this alone. One of the biggest hacks for success is finding an accountability partner. This is someone who just gets it. They know what you're working towards, and they can be your personal cheerleader and coach, all rolled into one.
And there's a simple reason this works so well. When you share your goals and your progress with someone, it makes them feel more real. It builds this little support system that can totally pull you through those days when your motivation just isn't there.
And speaking of those motivation dips, you absolutely have to avoid burnout. I'm serious, this is non-negotiable. Self-care isn't some fluffy reward you give yourself. It's a requirement. It's the fuel. Whether that's the gym, meditating, or just laughing your head off with friends, taking care of yourself is what keeps the engine running. All right, last but definitely not least, let's talk about the mental game. You can have the best strategy in the world, but if your head's not in the right place, you're going to struggle. Think of this as the psychological armor you need for the journey ahead.
Oh, this is so important. Please, please do this. When you crush a midterm or just finish a really tough assignment, take a second to acknowledge it. Reward yourself. These little celebrations are like fuel for your motivation. They remind you that all the hard work is actually paying off.
And here's a little secret that might take some pressure off. Your plan is not carved in stone. College is all about discovery. You might stumble into a class that changes your entire career path. Real success isn't about sticking to your original plan no matter what. It's about being smart enough to adapt as you learn and grow.
So, wow, we have covered a lot of ground here, from the big picture strategy to the tiny daily habits and the mindset you need. So let's wrap it all up into one simple, powerful blueprint that you can start using like today.
It all comes down to these 7 points. 7 pieces of an unstoppable framework for making your freshman year a massive success.
Okay, here it is, the formula. Set clear, written goals. Create a step-by-step plan. Prioritize your time like it's your job. Find a buddy to keep you on track. Take care of your body and your mind. Celebrate every single win, big or small. And stay flexible. That's it. That's the game plan.
At the end of the day, this year is a massive opportunity. It really is a blank page, and you're the one holding the pen. With this blueprint, you're not just crossing your fingers and hoping for success. You're actively designing it. So, the only question left is, what story are you going to write?